What is going on? What is going on? What is going on, party people? It's your boy, Coach D Brown, former big leaguer, former first round pick with the Kansas City Royals. I am, I just want to say what's up to everybody, man. We're going to get into this knowledge, man, get into this subject of what I got going on today, man. But hope everybody's doing well on this day today. So, real quick, shout out to everybody that came to the showcase yesterday. Shout out to my coaches that came to the showcase and appeared. Shout out to my guys that helped me out, Vic Radcliffe, my boy Dave, my boy Tim Battle, my boy 7000, throwing BP. Who else am I missing? Man, all right. Shout out to this dude. Shout out to my boy Sean West for letting me use the field. Shout out to the kids that came from Chicago, Atlanta, Georgia, South Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi. Shout out to Jersey in the house yesterday. Shout out to the coaches that came. Shout out to the parents that bared the heat out there because it was hot as you know what yesterday. It was one. It probably was, if not the hottest days of all this whole summer. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that came through yesterday. It was a great success. I know the coaches were happy, and it was well worth it. And thanks to everybody involved with another successful showcase. That took its place in Lilburn, Georgia, outside of Atlanta. Shout out to Coach Goodwin that came through. Just to check in, and it was cool. All right, so let's keep this ball rolling, man. I heard about this. No Bama boys, Bubba. No Bama boys was in the building. We had Tuskegee in the house. We had a college, from Alabama there, but no Alabama boys. All right. Yep. So what's up, Denise? It was no Jansen. Pierre was good. All right. Javier, Florida in the building. All right. Shira. All right. What's going on? I'd love to see some of these names, man. Probably ain't seen in a while. But listen, today's talk, man. I wanted to kind of get into this. I heard yesterday through the grapevine from one of my parents. I'm going to give her a background. She hit me up, and we talked about this. I don't know if you guys have read the news. I know it's a little late. The draft has been weeks ago. But Kumar, one of the most celebrated pitchers pitched at Vanderbilt, one of the most celebrated pitchers in a long time. It's a big thing going on. Hello, J. Meyer. It's a big thing going on right now with him that he may need surgery, and the Mets may not pay him because they found some potential issues with his elbow. All right. And I'm not here to, talk and see if, I'm just going to give you my take. Okay. What up, Keish? I had this talk with one of my moms who has a promising young pitcher, herself. And we had this, that's why we talked about it. I had no idea I was coming from my showcase when I heard the news, okay? But she felt compelled to call me because we talked about this. I talked about this with Kumar going into the season this year. The few times I seen him, his pop on his fastball wasn't the same. He was throwing a lot of curveballs, off speed, all right? It just looked like he lost something, all right? Just looking at him from his freshman year, then COVID hit, and then this past season, he just looked like he lost a little bit of something, man. All right. And yeah, Jansen, maybe they didn't, But when I was looking and I was just like, and I read, I seen the articles and I know he come from a great family. And again, I'm going to tell you my take on this. And I hope you guys understand where I come from. All right. But when you are in a situation, okay, you always can create opportunities, all right? But sometimes when I say you there's only like a handful of times that you have life-changing opportunities, right? Because you can create opportunities every day if you really choose to, All right, there's no shortage of opportunities, right? But when it comes to your body, comes to your health, and when things are aligned with other people making decisions on you, okay, all right, there's only a very few times that that window is open for you, okay, parents. All right, we talk about this when we went to college, right? Facts, all right. We talk about this when he went to college. I talked about this with you, right? When I see parents and I see um, players, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I was this close to doing this too myself. Okay. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know, right? Now, Kumar Brucker came from a good family. All right, dad played in NFL, good job coaching in SEC, making good money. Mom's educated, and they were all about their education. I get it, all right? But going back to when he was coming out of high school, he was slated to be a top first round pick out of high school, okay? Mom's is like, we're all about education, and pretty much the way she made it sound very confidently that they didn't consider, you know what I'm saying? They consider it, but not really going to the pros. They were already considered going, right to Vanderbilt, all right? That was where they were going, and they were set with their decision. Okay. Now, circumstances, money, and all of that sounds like it wasn't a big deal to them, right? Because he was set to make millions of dollars as an 18-year-old, but they felt like going to college, getting a Vanderbilt education, right, was well worth passing up on, millions of dollars as an 18-year-old. Okay. Maybe they knew something that we didn't know. Maybe mentally he wasn't mature enough. Okay. Or, I just feel like, honestly, and again, I don't know the parents, right? And I don't want to come off as like, haha, I told you so, or whatever, right? Because everybody's parents are different. Everybody's situation is different. They weren't in necessary need for money, right? But I ain't never met a parent, I don't care, multi-millionaire parents, okay, that will turn down $2 to $3 million for their kid, or their kid turn it down $2 to $3, $4 million, all right, to set themselves up as an 18-year-old, okay? When I say education versus cash, okay, I'm all for education, okay? But in this nature, in this game, and it's been going on for 30 years, all right, in the draft, these teams will set aside money for you. It's almost commonplace, all right? If anything, they want to give you as much money in college and entice you with that, okay? Hey, we got a deal for $200,000. We'll give you $80,000 right now, cash, and we'll set $120,000 aside for college. That's how they would get players. And so guys will walk around, I got a $200,000 deal, but then you like, how much are you coming home with? How much are they giving you? 80,000, 120,000. So if anything, we used to try to like get cash, more of the cash off the education side, like, and get that tangible cash in my pocket. Again, this is years ago. I'm not in the mix hardcore too much yet, but I know this is what used to happen when I was in the draft, and all my guys in and around that 2006 and younger age group when draft wise. I don't know, what I'm saying? I know we got a couple of moms that just got drafted and stuff. They could probably tell me a lot what's going on now. All right. But I'm telling you, back in the day, the teams will load up on the college cash. You know why? Because they were earning a percentage. They were earning interest on that money that they set aside for you. Okay. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't remember my number. I think it was right around $80,000 to $85,000 they set aside for me in college, for my college. Okay. All right. Now just think about it. That was I got drafted in 96. I didn't retire to 2011. Okay. And I didn't even notice at the time, I only had a 2-year window to use that college money. I didn't know. Okay. I flew my ass out to Japan to play my last 2 years of my career, come back to try to use my money for college. And you know what they told me? Sorry, D, Japan doesn't count as, basically, playing in the States. So your 2 years is up. Sorry, you can't collect on your 80-some thousand dollars that's been earning interest over the last 15, 16, 17 years. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what? I had no idea this. My agent didn't tell me anything like that. So $85,000 that's been, earning interest over all those years. All right. Guess who gets to keep that money? Okay. Guess who gets to keep that money? My point being, okay, that money is always set aside for guys that gets drafted. So if you are an education parent and you have millions of dollars on the line, why are you going to potentially pass up on that chance and taking, a stand on, hey, we want this education in Vanderbilt. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. Vanderbilt, $300,000 they'll probably take to graduate from there. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let me see, Tina. I'm glad you won. It's any Pro Bowl now before the clock starts ticking on those 2 years. Okay. Any professional ball now before the clock starts ticking on those 2 years. So what you telling me, Tina? So when I retired, would Japan count now towards those years? Is that what you're telling me? Because I know when I came out in 2011 and officially I retired for 2000 in the States in 2009, which I didn't retire. But they told me like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, basically I had a 2-year window. I didn't come back to about 2012 to try to get that money. So it's 3 years away, but I didn't know that. So tell me, Tina, I don't know, clarify that for me a little bit, but I appreciate I was hoping you was on it. You just went through this. Okay. But okay, cool. I got you. Thank you, Tina. So my point is though, all right. They changed it. All right, good deal. All right. I'm glad now, right? Years later. But I'm just saying, on my end, it cost me, right, a potential college education because I sure wasn't going to come out of pocket. Now I'm already, it is what it is. College is cool. I just wanted to take a couple of courses, which I could have did on my own. You know what I'm saying? But that's how they got by with that. But my point is, bottom line is, the education is there for the players. The money is there. All right. The team would rather load up on that type of money than give it to you personally, honestly. You know what I'm saying? They would. Now, my issue with, and again, I don't want to like bash them. Okay, sometimes you outthink the situation and you think like way larger than what it is. Your kid at 18, I understand, signing that pro contract and put him on the road, it is a scary thing. All right, it's not as structured as college. You know what I'm saying? It's you basically, that kid is on his own, no doubt about it. Okay, but on the flip side, you're setting him up. That clock is ticking. He's getting the best coaching. Vanderbilt SEC coaching is very good. I'm not debating it. A lot of the guys are getting plucked from the college ranks into the pro ranks and vice versa. Okay, but that is just recently, the last 10 plus years. All right, because trust me, I knew a lot of Power 5 guys that used to get drafted. All right, around my time, and they would tell me they would learn more in 3 months. You know what I'm saying? In 3 months of pro teaching, they would learn more in those 3 months than they did in 3 years at their college. And I'm talking about West Virginia's. I'm talking about Big 12 schools, SEC, everybody involved. Okay. Now things have changed, but a lot of more money is involved with college baseball. But I'm just telling you what guys would tell me personally at that time. Okay. So you're getting grade A coaching. Okay. You're on the road. You're on your own. You're learning how to essentially live and manage money and do things by, on your own for the most part, because you got a team around you. All right. But you are on this road to making the serious money. I love college. I love SEC. I love what everybody, the big Power 5. I understand that it's equivalent to high A baseball and all of that. I know everybody mentally is not necessarily ready for professional ball. Okay. But if they have picked you in the first or high rounds like that, they have identified that you have a great chance to make it to the major leagues. They're going to give you every chance to make it to the major leagues. Okay. You got to be injury filled, immature, or essentially just don't put up crazy numbers. You know what I'm saying? Which happens a lot, to not make it. They're going to give you every opportunity. But don't try to overplay the system and be like, we're going to go to school. We're going to turn on these millions of dollars and we're going to go and we Vanderbilt education is great. And we're going to da-da-da-da, right? And I'm not hating on them for that, because it is a great, but that essentially you're saying to somebody like myself who didn't go to college, and again, that may hurt me, but on the flip side, it's like, you okay with plan B? I hear this all the time with parents, and they be like, well, you get an education and get a plan B. But you even if you sign a professional contract, you got the money for college right there. That's your plan B. All right. You don't physically have to go to college and get a damn degree. You know what I'm saying? Out the gate and turn down millions of dollars. You know, essentially you're going for your plan B ahead of time. I'm talking for me. I am a professional baseball player. I signed out of high school. I had everything, scholarship, football. I was giving up not just college baseball. I could care less about college baseball, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I was giving up my football career, which I thought in my mind I was going to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And I was this close myself for turning down 7 figures. This close. You know what I'm saying? It came down to the day before I was supposed to sign a report to Maryland. So I understand the pull. All right. My mom's is the one that was like, yo, bugging on, you know, my father on pride alone. My father was like, yo, you know, because the team was trying to more money than we ever thought of in our life, but they still were trying to for where I was picked and how they was treating us. They were trying to shit on us, to be honest with you. They were daring us to go to school and play football. They didn't believe that these knuckleheads from New York living in an apartment, you know what I'm saying, would turn down this money, all right, and to go play football, all right. And my father was like, yo, F them. You know what I'm saying? They thinking that whatever, how can we miss something we never had? Blah, 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 blah. And he looked me down in the face and motherfucker, go in there and tear this football field up and let's make this NFL. Fuck baseball. That's what he was saying. That's my father. Excuse my language, okay? That was when my mother was in the bathroom crying. No, we can't turn this down. No, what are you talking about? It was a stress on our family. Real talk, all right? But I was like, I was in the pool. I was 50-50 because I knew it was some bread. I was looking at it like, yo, we ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and the pressure's on me now to really do it in football. All right? Called them back, made up the deal, boom, boom, boom. I ain't get quite what I wanted, but they ain't lowball us like they thought, you know, whatever. And I went on to my professional career. All right? All right? You know what I'm saying? All right? Big said you can't be greedy. You either want to play baseball or not. Money should not be the objective. Take what they give you and go work for it. All right? And I hear you on Meg on that. All right? Because I remember George Brett come calling me over that here and there. All right? And sometimes, again, it comes to principle and you want the bread. All right? But mine was just like, yo, I want that football. I was thinking football all the time. All right? Even though I knew this baseball was dangling over here, I just like, yo, football is my love. All right? But I was like, yo, can't turn down this. I can help my fam. I could do whatever. And it became business. It became business. And it was like, yo, I got to go do this. Back to Kumar and these dudes, you know, and these guys. And I'm going to talk about another family that I know personally that turned down millions of dollars. And I don't know what's going to happen with them. All right. And these are both African-American families, which, you know, to me, it's like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? Don't overthink this. I almost did. Vanderbilt benefits for 2 years of Kumar, all over here and there, doing his thing. And I saw my man out there this year. I saw him. And my mother, my mom that I talk to all the time about this, I hope she's on right now because she's the one that told me yesterday, like, yo, you heard what happened? You were with Kumar because it was news to us. And I was like, yo, I saw it. I said, he playing the system. I said, he going down. He still got top 10, which is great. You know what I'm saying? But I seen his arm going down. You know how many legs, how much, you know, basically pitches he's putting away on the SEC and all of that. And she asked me, do you think it benefit? I was like, yo, he need to throw those pitches in the professional A-ball, AA, get it. It's going to even out the same thing, but he has all that professional teaching. Not to say Coach Corbin ain't doing his thing. I mean, obviously they're winning, man. I'm just saying, let me put up some of these topics. You can't pass up. Don't try to overthink this thing. Because my man Kumar, if he 18, he get first round pick. If he do his thing, hell, he could have already stepped in the league by now. If he was like injury prone, you know, wasn't, you know, necessarily stayed healthy, put up some numbers. You could be in 21 and AA over there getting this first taste right now in major leagues, not sitting here putting up, making Vanderbilt look good for years. All right. Non-national championship is great and all of that, but Vandy going to keep rolling. You know what I'm saying? But they pumping him and doing all of that here and there. And, you know, I know they're going to say Vandy education is great here and there, but come on, man. Now my man maybe have to take pay cuts and go in there, go back to school, surgeries. They can make tough decisions. where he could have been in there putting years up and putting them numbers up, and the professional, you know, and the minors over there putting them numbers up. And I told my mom this. So when I saw the little thing, I felt bad, but I also was like, you can't, you know. And then I see some of these people over there like, oh, he could just go get the surgery and he'll be back. You know, there ain't no guarantees at this. You are never the same. You get opened up. All right, I don't have rotator cuff surgery. All right, I guarantee this shoulder once it felt better. All right, but I guarantee it wasn't as strong as it was before I got surgery when I was totally healthy. All right, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't no pitcher. Okay. I don't think, you know what I'm saying? Once you open yourself up, well, I know Tommy John is very common now. I don't know what all he needs. I'll be honest with you. But anytime they open you up, you are never the same. Never. You know what I'm saying? It is very common, but you ain't never the same. There is no telling what will happen to him. Could have been avoided. Couldn't it happen in the, you know, I know the Green dude. I know the Hunter Green. I was trying to get his pops on here, but he went through Tommy John. He's still throwing that thing. All right. But he missed a year, but it's all good. I would love to get his take on this, right? I don't know what school, I can't remember what his kid was going to, but I know he had all the, you know, options to go to a crazy school. I know, but he ain't turned on that bread, right? I think now he's what, 23, you know, 22, 23, knocking on the big leagues in AAA right now. You know what I'm saying? I think last year would have been his draft year, if I'm not mistaken. All right, but he already got all the, he put up his innings, got hurt already, injury, came back, throwing 100 now. He's in AAA right now, knocking on the door to being in the major leagues for years to come. I just, you know what I'm saying? It's real easy to be like, oh, Kumar, he's got all the, you know, the 3 years of college and, you know, boom, and Vanderbilt. He got that teaching playing in the SEC. He's probably a year or so in the minor leagues, and then and he'll be in the major leagues for years to come. It sounds good. It is. It probably will happen, and I hope it does. All right. But now you're talking about elbow issues, cleaning up. The Mets, you know, they may be lying. I don't know. You know, Boris, you know what I'm saying? Boris is good at wheeling and dealing and coming up with crazy stuff here and there. All right. My man is a genius, but sometimes he hurts his players sometimes with the genius stuff that he comes up with. All right. There's been plenty of Boris clients that never make it. We're #1 picks in the country, top 5 picks. Around my time, it was J.D. Drew was a big thing. First time somebody went to independent board to hold out for money, cost him a year of service. Ultimately, he became a star and made his money, but that's taking a chance. There's been plenty of other players that he kind of tried to finagle and all of that. It didn't work out. Matt White was in my drive. Brewers guy gave him big money, had a loophole and all of that. Got 10 million at that time was crazy. This crazy loophole. My man never made it to the league. You know what I'm saying? Fizzled out in AA from injuries. Now he got 10 mil out the loophole. But I'm like, these loopholes is found, but he never accumulated to nothing. All right. And he was so, at that time of my year, he was the best high school pitcher that ever came out. Matt White. I think he's from Pennsylvania. You look him up. All right. He was everything. All right. I could be wrong. I don't think he ever made it to the league. I know he kept injury after injury, but I think he topped out of AA. I could be wrong, though. All right. But he was the best college, at that time, the best high school pitcher since so-and-so, so-and-so. All right, never made it. So I'm just saying, when our money is there, do not overthink this. I had another family from the Memphis area. I talked about this 2 sports star, all right, Mo Hampton, all right, LSU, 2 sport commit, football commit, was going to walk on a baseball. Turned down supposedly 1.8. I don't want to tell you all the numbers because I don't know fact-wise, but approximately 1.8. His dad and his mother came out with an equation, or sometime they wanted over $2 million. All right, they didn't get that bread. I think there was about $500,000 difference. Turn it down. My man goes to LSU, plays right away for football. All right, comes back. Somebody told me, a scout friend of mine was like, "Yeah, I saw your boy. He didn't look good. You know, he's not my boy. I don't know him but I'm, you know, just how we talk. Like, I saw your boy, but he didn't look good. He looked behind. All right." When you already label raw, which he was just an athlete that was really good baseball player, but you know, with baseball, you got to keep them reps up. You gotta, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you want to play these top-notch colleges or you want to have, you know, a lot of guys was doing back in my day, you know, play a little college football and then go play minor league baseball. Nah, when you messing with dudes that's playing all the time, getting them reps in, playing. All right. Back in my day, you needed 1,200 ABs, 1,200 minor league ABs to be ready for the league. That was like the number. All right. I came out to roughly about 3 to 4 years, you know what I'm saying, worth of like playing every day before you get that foundation set that you ready to play in the major leagues. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully with those 1,200 ABs, you putting up real numbers. You know what I'm saying? But if you part time in this and you kind of half-assing it, you know, those 1,200 would take 4 years, may take you 6, 7 years. You know what I'm saying? And so my boy Mohampton is in college, you know what I'm saying, doing that trying to play SEC baseball. He was behind, comes back, boom, plays football sophomore year, come back this spring, and they like, yo, we ain't got no room for you. We got the next crop. It's a potential first round pick that they said, nah, we got the other dudes coming in that's just as good as you. You know what I'm saying? That you ain't been, you know, you playing football, we ain't got the time and all of that. And dad and all that get mad now he transferred. Turn that 1.8. I hope everything works out for him. But he turned down 1.8 million. Now, hopefully he does his thing on the football field, and maybe that makes up for it. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he's playing a lot on the football side, so maybe he get that football money that will, you know, whatever. But baseball, I don't know. I apologize. Shit. I don't know. Let me see these comments, man. Y'all feel me on this? All right. Nobody would throw a winning lottery ticket away. Love Kumar and Vandy. At the end of the day, to me, it's a win-win either way. I just feel like if there's a substantial amount of money offered, take it. That money guarantees the club will invest until the arm is ironed out. Facts. Tina says, you go to college 3 years and get drafted as a junior. You take the offer. You still don't have a degree when you leave. So the education still isn't technically obtained. Facts. You can always go back. You know what I'm saying? I say that. All right. Now, there's very few guys that, you know, you may make 100 million over there. And, you know, there's certain guys like Shaq and some other guys that still went back just for the sake of they promised somebody and all that type of stuff. But many dudes I know personally, you make 100 million. You got a team over there of the most educated people that you need, all right, to make sure your money goes and invest in the right way. And if you do your own education, you be straight. All right. Julia says, know your worth. All right. Facts. Keenan said he would have been one out of high school. You think 1 year? Nah, I don't. I think it'll take him a little bit more than 1 year, I believe. It probably would have took him about 3 years to make it. All right. Do you think that is the reason for his demeanor when he left the championship game? That's a good question, Elizabeth. I felt bad. Like when I saw him lead the championship game, you know, he didn't have a good championship game. He didn't end it the way, you know, which a lot. I'm just going to say this, man. That's why I'm a big, huge advocate of JUCOs. I just was on the phone with 3 parents today. All right. I'm never going to poo-poo education. All right. I know it sounds like I am. All right. But if you listened to me 2 days ago, I'm all for doing something, right? But if the end goal, and forgive me, man, forgive me for this. You got to love what you do first, right? But forgive me for thinking this way, all right? I've been told that I think business too much. I think money too much, okay? I've been told this, okay? When you play professional ball, the love for the game, all right, quickly you quickly realize when you turn professional how much of a business it is. The good thing about nowadays, you guys are seeing it a lot younger now with the perfect games and the pressure that is put on these young athletes nowadays, okay? With the thousands of dollars being shelled all over the damn place, you know what I'm saying, to play some ball, all right? I didn't get that education until I went professional, and I saw very quickly how much of a business and stuff is run. So now I look at everything from a money standpoint. I told my 14-year-old kids, the coaches look at me crazy as hell when I told my 14-year-old travel team, I'd be like, when a third base, a guy was on third base, I'd be like, hit this dude in, let's make this money. They used to look at me crazy, like, oh, and my players, you know, they would laugh, but then they end up saying it. They'd be like, why you say that? I said, you know what? When you play professional ball, right? Runs scored, RBIs, on base percentage, all of that is your resume, is your money. That's how you come to the table, right? And I be telling dudes like, yo, if you on second base and I hit a base hit and you not taking a good secondary and you don't score, I'm ready to F you up. That's my money. That's my RBI on third base. You should be home. You should be scoring. That's how it is in the professional rankings. Like, it may not, certain points it gets to that point. Yeah. I'm like, yo, I play around, but I'm like, yo, I need that money. I need that RBI. Right? If I'm a base stealer, I used to get in trouble myself for this. My boy used to be in front of me, and I used to hit that, the first pitch fastball. I'll be ready, and he'd be ready to steal. He'd be like, yo, D, give me a pitch or two, so let me get my bag. Yo, this is the game within the game. At the end of the year, you playing for your numbers. All right, so when you go into the table, either you want to keep playing, and you got to show that, hey, I'm putting up this number, and that numbers, right? All right. So everything is a business at that level. And I know I'm talking to a lot of high school parents and trying to, and it's about scholarships and here. I get it. Okay. That's what irks me when I don't be these parents and these kids don't be knowing their numbers. Get used to knowing your numbers. Okay. Because I guarantee them scouts and all of that, they want to know your numbers. Okay. And you feel like, I think my RBIs is this. Everything is a gauge. Everything is gauge. If I hit 250 this year, I want to hit 280 next year. If I hit 280 this year, next year I want to hit 320. That's everything. You got to know your numbers. And then once you get to the professional rankings, you're gonna know your numbers. My whole point is everything is professional. Everything is about that bread. I hate to, I know I'm probably blowing some of y'all like, but that's how dudes think, man. In the professional business and a professional ball. Now, the dudes that are great, the Manny Ramirez's and all of that, they kept it on a childlike level while wanting to make their bread. Okay? And I think fans and everything get upset so much because they, when people hold out and football players and baseball, they get upset like, yo, we work hard to get, I say I ain't me no more, but I'm like, dudes work so hard to get to the point where you make your bread. When I say you got open window opportunity, when you ball out of high school and somebody's raising their hand to pay you millions of dollars, don't be like, let me see. Well, education is this. No, you better take that bread. Thank you for the bread. And now in the next 5 or 6 years, let me go make the real money. 5 million is a lot of money, life changing, but you already see what they paying up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for like setting me up right now to get the real check. Okay? That's the mindset. It be bug. I promise you, sometimes it will bug you guys out to be like, yo, the conversations. And sometimes I laugh sometimes like how we would talk money. And I remember I had this conversation, prominent pitch. I want to call them out and all of that, and they're making a lot of money. But he was like, yo, I just need to put this ERA like this. If I put another 200 innings in, I'll get this, man, because I turned down a 2-year, $40 million, right? You know what I'm saying, right now, because I'm looking for this check if I could get da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh, you turned down 20? Oh, yeah, man, I couldn't, whatever. I was like, I don't know, you wouldn't do it? I was like, I don't know, I couldn't turn out 20. He's like, yeah, better. I'm bet on myself. I'm going to bet on myself. I was like, word? You going to do that? Worked out. If I tell you this guy's name, it is. But that's the type of money. That's the type of talk that's out there. RBIs, run score, batting average, on base percentage. I'm giving y'all behind the scenes on the professional rankings. How this thing works. How they look at it. It's about bread. You want to love about what you do. All right. But that's the love. All right. 2 things dudes care about more than anything. And I know championships and everything means whatever. All right. You want your peers' respect, and you want to make sure you collect on your checks. I just rhyme for you, right? You know what I'm saying? You care about your peers' respect more so than the coaches that you care about. If another dude call you nice, all right? That's like, whatever, especially somebody you respect, all right? Your peers' respect and collecting checks. Anyway, that's what's going on in the professional rankings, all right? Do you think that, okay, great question, Elizabeth. I know I went all around the world with that. I'm just saying, man, all that time you put in, man, it's like, go get the generational life-changing money. Facts, man. Let them set it's so hard and emotional, like you said, D. When you're in the middle of those decisions, I just hope Kumar makes it out fine. I ain't trying to shit on the family, I promise you. I hope he does too, because it ultimately comes down to that kid. But I'm just saying for the next time, like, come on, man. Don't overthink this, man. Please. Hopefully he get his check, get healthy, do his thing. That would have been this would have been arbitration year. Nah, it wouldn't have been arbitration year, not yet. I think he probably would have just been breaking into the major leagues right now if he came out of high school. A lot of pitchers get better after surgery, though. No, they do. They do. Some don't, though. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying some, you always hear about the good ones, but I know plenty of dudes that never been the same after they get cut on. Get them greenbacks to keep pushing forward towards the show. Facts. Is he still going to get paid from the contract, or is that void now? I don't know. I don't know the standing. My point is though, my whole thing to this, I hope he still collects his check and I hope the surgery goes well. I don't. My point of this whole thing is, I've been having this talk before I even knew about elbow issues, anything like that. I just felt like when I'm seeing him ball out, I'm the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm a pro dude. Much as I love college baseball and where college baseball is going, I am a pro dude. I know it sounds crazy, right? But the pitchers and the no-hitters and all of that, to me personally, I wish that dude got $5 million out of high school, and I wish he was throwing the no-hitters in low A, double A, doing that type of stuff where he's knocking on the door to major leagues. I know it sounds crazy, right? Right? So instead of doing it in the SEC, I'd rather him do it double A over there because I know he's knocking on the door to the major leagues. That's what when I saw him as a freshman, when I saw him, this year, all I could think about was like, he should be doing this in professional ball right now. He's wasting pitches. That's the way I look at it. Oh, gosh, I know some people are going to hate me for this. Oh, they're going to hate me for this. JD Drew, my dude, drafted 2 times because he wouldn't sign. Right. Tallahassee boy, right? All right. College will always be there. I remember sitting in a class at Oklahoma State University with people that were in their 50s. Take your opportunity and go. Facts. Gosh. I'm all for understanding, like, yo, I'm all for it, man. But damn, just be smart, man. Mo is now in the transfer portal. Yeah, I know he is. Has he signed yet? That's my whole point, though. He's in the transfer portal to go to. Think about what I'm saying to you. He's in the transfer portal. All right. 2-sport dude. All right. So now he's going to be 21. Right. Think about right now. If he will be at high A level, all right, right now playing baseball, right now at the high A level. If your ass make it to double A, all right, you are essentially, if you hit in double A, you are ready for the big leagues. That doesn't mean you're going to play in the big leagues, all right? So my man is basically will be 1 year away if he put up some numbers this year in high A, okay? Next year he'd be double A. If he's balling next year, he'll be knocking on the door to the major leagues. Not worrying about what school he's going to be playing next spring. My man should be playing double A baseball next year. If everything worked out, traditionally, everything worked this way out. I'm talking about Mo Hampton right now. He will be knocking on the door, all right? Double A, playing. And if you hit in double A or Kumar, all right? Kumar, same way. Kumar is 21 years old, 3rd year. He would, if everything worked out, he will be high A to double A right now. All right. Even worst case scenario next year playing double A baseball, because that's what he'll be anyway coming out of Vanderbilt. Okay. Knocking on the door. And my boy will be essentially, if you pitch and play at double A level and do well, you are ready for the league. Now you may have to do triple A and all of that. All right. But I ain't been around, too much or too whatever. But if you hit in double A and that's what A-ball is, it just weeds everybody out. A lot of dudes play in A-ball. A lot of dudes. Okay? That's why you got, people understand how to, they cut some teams now with the minor leagues, but they have multiple A-ball teams. Okay? Low A and high A and rookie ball. Right now, most teams got about 3 A-ball teams still. Okay? So essentially, it's 3 levels in A-ball. Okay? Only 1 level in double A, 1 level triple A, and then the major league. If you hit in double A or pitch well in double A, you ready for the league. Okay? That ain't changed. I ain't got to be around the professional level to know. Okay? If you hit in dubs and you hit in trips, hitting dubs or pitch well in dubs, you are ready for the major leagues. Okay, that ain't changed. Okay, my boy Mo could be knocking on the door to make. And again, this is best case scenario. Instead of going in the transfer portal, and I hope everything goes well for Mo Hampton. I hope it does. My boy could be knocking on the door to AA right now next year, playing. And if you hit well in AA, like I said, you could be in the big leagues the next year or two, especially if they got 1.8 invested in you. Or you could be pitching. Kumar, right now, instead of, and then who knows about the injuries and all of that, but my boy could be in AA right now. Or high A right now, knocking on the door next year in AA. All right. With all these years of experience, they know him now, professional teaching and all of that. They all feel good and chummy because he's their first round pick. 3 years of teaching and going at it. And my boy is out there. I'm just saying, best case scenario, not going through this. Not to say he wouldn't be hurt. Jax, what up, family? At level, it's a business, period. Right, facts. At all levels, right? You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it. And we want to keep it as amateur and all of that as it is, all right? I just saw that. I was just reading this article literally maybe an hour before I came on. The number one quarterback going to Ohio State, talking about, now it's football. I always, I'm a football. You can tell I still love football. All right. My boy can go to Texas, play high school football right now and win a state championship, or the state governing body of the Texas is telling him he cannot collect $1 million 7-figure NIL check, all right, while he's in high school. Okay. So we sit here and we want to sit here and feel chummy about the sports and keep it young and keep it whatever and all of that. And listen, NCAA been making crazy money. Now even college baseball is making crazy money with TV checks and all of that. All right. And dudes are still paying to play. I guarantee you, College World Series, the SEC channel, all these big time Power 5 schools, okay, are making millions of dollars, and kids are paying to play on their teams. It may not be Kumar, but I guarantee you, there's a handful of kids on Vanderbilt right now that was playing in our College World Series, paying Vanderbilt to go play, while Corbin and the whole SEC and the court making millions of dollars. They all making millions of dollars, and you, the kid, is a glorified travel ball freaking industry. And you turning down millions? Don't get me going with this, man. I don't know. I think I'm a little too real for y'all right now. Y'all ain't understanding what's going on right here. All right, everything is a business. All right, you got them. I guarantee Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, whoever else was in that damn College World Series, dudes is taking out loans, parents is paying money, and all of that to go play on this platform. All right, where the school is making millions, the conference is making millions. The network is making millions, and the kids are paying to play. What that sound like? What does that sound like? All right. Take away Mississippi State. It could be 5-star national. Take away Vanderbilt. It can be what's the other big boys out there? Give me another travel ball and big team, national team. All right. We're gonna pay out $4,000 or $5,000 or $2,000, and you know what I'm saying, the 5-star national team and all of that. We're gonna go to Jupiter, or we're gonna go to Atlanta, and we're gonna go to whatever and play in this big time tournament. We're gonna pay hotel money and all that. We're gonna pay out $2,000 or $3,000 and all of that, all right? And play in this game in front of all these scouts and all of that, whatever, right? I'm not knocking it, right? The dudes in Mississippi State and all of that is doing the same freaking thing in college, but the only difference is just like Perfect Game and only making millions of dollars. The damn SEC and Big Ten and all of them is making millions of dollars. At least in football, which I don't even like in football, at least you get your full little ride, right? Baseball, you paying. Oh, gosh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm about business. I listen. My daughter can get a full ride with tennis and all of that. And I was just telling another dad the other day, I was like, family-wise, we chose tennis. You know why? Because it was number one way to make money. And she may not do it, but we're going to try. We're going to go at this thing. All right? She can go get a basketball scholarship. And I told her all day, that's great. You know what I'm saying? I love basketball. She loves basketball too. But I was like, yo, come on, put this racket in your hand. Like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sometimes, and put this training in. Let's go at it. I mean, I tell you, I love to do it. Love the competition aspect of it. Love the training. Love that it's all on you. What you got to love about the sport. All right. She's been doing it since 3 or 4 years old. All right. But we about, highest paid women, all right, are tennis players. All right. And the second, my number one sport for her was golf. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could play till you 50 and make that cake. I don't know. I think different. Regent said, keep talking. Okay, you upgraded. You got the ticker going. Okay, you upgraded. You got the ticker going. Lives as facts. All right. All right, Jack, you get on me, family. All right. Just get the opportunity is a blessing, especially coming out of high school. No facts. Again, we turn down the bread. It is an opportunity, no doubt. It is what it is. All right. Peers respect collecting checks. You know what I'm saying? That's the saying. I got to make that a T-shirt. All right. That again. We can talk rings. They're gonna talk. Oh, athletes is the biggest BSers. They're out there. All right. It is. You gotta love what you do, no doubt. All right. But ultimately, when you out there, you trying to bust that ad, he trying to get you out. All right. You trying to get him more times. He trying to get you. All right. If you do it right, you get your peers respect. You collect, and then other things is collecting your bread, getting that money. All right. Behind the scenes, that's what dudes talk about professionally. I mean, we do it now, and we talk about the parents and all. You trying to get your scholarship money up and all of that. All right. Oh gosh, man, I'm just saying. Oof. I'm like, I don't know if y'all gonna want to come back and see me no more after this. All right. As an educator, I've always stressed education first. As my son grew older and I witnessed his true love for the game, my mind has changed a great deal. You can always go back and get your education. Truth be told, there are so many young college grads without jobs in their field. Facts. All right, so make your money and go back to school. Facts. But y'all gonna think I'm anti-edu. I'm not. I'm just saying when that thing is in your hand right there, I know. There's been plenty of people that look at me and be like, "You wish you went to school and all of that." I was like, I wouldn't change a thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Makes sense. Time on that on. Facts. Yeah, a lot of time. JD is one of my old friends. Him and his brother got that bag in MLB. Facts. All right. Tim Drew. I remember Tim. All good points, D. We listen for your opinion. I appreciate that, Clay. Tennessee in the building. How do you feel about Byron Buxton's situation, turning out $80 million to go to free agency? Amazing player, but injury prone. Dev, I ain't gonna lie. That's a great. That's a great question, man. Certain guys, Buxton do get hurt a lot, man. You playing Russian roulette. I know a dude. He just retired, and he still made good money, but he turned down a really good sized deal when he was younger. Just played with the Nationals. Lord have mercy. Was with the Angels. Came up with the Angels. Banged away. It's not Homer Bush. I'm gonna say Homer Bush, but second baseman, man. Y'all help me out. Second base, first base. Played with the Nationals. They won. He was one of the big reasons they won the World Series champion, man. But I know I'm gonna read through these comments. But my boy turned down when he was with the Angels. Turned down a real good chunk of money. Ended up getting hurt. Never really recouped that money that he could have got. He made a lot of money, but he didn't get that big time deal, that 4 or 5 year deal, because he became a 1 year, 2 year guy because he kept turning down. He turned down that big money early. Byron, I don't know. He playing roulette. That's a great question. If I've shown that I don't get hurt and I'm able to play full seasons and stuff, I'll take the chance. I played with Carlos Beltran where Royals are trying to lock him up, but he was like, "Yo, I'm going to free agency." All right. But he was one that never really got hurt. You know what I'm saying? He got hurt here and there, like second year, missed about a month. And I remember, whatever, but he took the chance on himself, Boris client, and he cashed in, 115 on him by the Mets. You know what I'm saying? He cashed in. All right. Joy said, facts, bro. Appreciate it, man. D, you're right. The dream is to play ball, take the opportunity, give him facts, keeping the truth. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to shit on the family over there. I hope the best for them. I'm just saying, don't overthink this, family. Don't overthink this. I understand he good. You may not, that y'all might not need the bread and all of that. But I ain't never talk this pro talk. But boy, shout out to my boy, and I'm gonna name here. All right, he made 150, 115, 120 on him. All right, my boy Carl Crawford got 1 point something out of high school. All right, full ride football in Nebraska, full ride basketball UCLA, and he got drafted. Took the bread, that second round pick from the hood. When I would talk, everything was bread, everything was money. And he was like, yo, I am not letting 1 cent go by. I want everything coming to me. It's the type of talks we used to have, and I used to love it. All right? That's the way they think. Yo, a car appearance money or whatever, I ain't getting shortchanged nothing. I'm collecting all this money. That's the way my man would talk. That's the way you talk up there. I don't care if dudes got one. My point is, if you living well and all that from a family and all of that, I don't care nobody. I don't know no rich man that don't want no more money. That want, that's saying no to money. Sometimes there is guys that retire with making 12, 14 million. I'll be like, I'll sit on the bench for that. Even though I know I got 60 mil in there. You gonna turn that down? That's another generation right there. Sitting that you know what I'm saying? I know some dudes that did that. But most dudes, especially similar backgrounds, they ain't I was like, yeah, you gonna give me every little dollar, all right? Riches, I don't know what, but it's like, yo, I want all of that. Give me all of that. Give me this. Yo, I want, anything that's owed to me, give me that. That's the way to do. I'm just saying. I mean, at any level, I got you. I got you, Rashad. I'm just stealing this knowledge facts, all right? Clay, NL game changer, all right? Yeah, I didn't even get to tell you that, all right? The dude turned down the dude talking about youth sports, because I went into baseball. The dude is contemplating going back to play football because Texas is making him not collect $1 million check at 18-year-old kid that's going to be a senior. All right, this is how real football is getting. All right, Texas, #1, going to Ohio State. They are saying if you collect any money, all right, you can't play your senior year. So he's saying like, yo, I'm going to go ahead. I already got one class to take. I'm going to go ahead and go early to Ohio State and collect that $1 million, all right, and go to school early. And they like, people is mad because he's supposed to win national championship in football. I'm talking, a state championship in football in Texas. And he like, yo, I'm going to collect my check. He's like, I'm contemplating. I don't know what I'm doing. I'd be like, Columbus, Ohio State. Yeah, Texas is tripping right now. All right, they saying that if I collect any money over there, I got $1 million sitting there before I even step foot into my senior year of high school. Okay, I'm coming to Columbus. All right, let's set this up. I'm gonna collect this bread. I love my state of Texas. I love my high school and all of that type of stuff. But listen, I got $1 million coming to me. All right, just because I'm a good ass high school football player, and they wanted to give me $1 million. All right. And I get to invest in businesses and all of that type of stuff. I'm coming to Columbus because Texas said if I take $1 from any of these people, I lose, you know what I'm saying, whatever Texas right and all of that type of stuff. All right. And ain't nothing to think. You know what I'm saying? My man about to make $1 million before, basically he ain't gonna have to play his senior year in high school. He gonna have to sit on $1 million going to Columbus. Think about how much he gonna make in Columbus. Do you understand what is a game changer going on over here? What type of money is being flowed around here? Y'all talking about, you know what I'm saying, this dude turning down millions out here? Come on, man. I know it's football, it's another sport, but it may be somebody in baseball-wise that's going to collect on that. Maybe it may be, Rucker, Kumar. Maybe Vandy, guy will pay him some good bread. You know what I'm saying? Bama quarterback just signed $800K and endorsement, hasn't started one game. $800K. Play his game right. Let him go win this year in Alabama. All right? He ain't eligible for the draft. He may have $2 million in his pocket before he even sets foot, all right, on the NFL. Come on, man. Oh, there's money out here. All right. Chase, Fedra said, chase your dreams and get that bag. Facts. All right, Canes. Yeah, give me Canes. All right. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for another. I said 5-star Canes and all of that. All right. That's all it is. I promise you, that's all SEC is. That's all it is. The big Power Fives, okay? The organization, the Canes, is no different, you know what I'm saying, from the parent paying the Canes, all right? So now when you graduate high school, now, instead of paying the Canes, you're just going to be paying Mississippi State, or you're going to be paying so-and-so. All right. They're going to give you a little piece. All right. They're going to give you it'll be no different from the Kane said, you know what? We really like you. All right. Instead of paying 4,000, you know what I'm saying? Just give us 1,000. Give us 2,000. All right. We'll get you on the team. All right. That's essentially what the college baseball is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really like you. But instead of coming up with the full 30, all right, we'll slide a little academic, give you a little something over here. Maybe just come out of pocket 5, 10, or 20, 5, 10,000 and all of that. And you get to play on this grand stage, all right? But I'm going to make $4 million. Because y'all realize, right, my boy from the ACC, shout out to my boy Gambino, just called him the other day, the head coach and all of that. He said this on the show, one of my first ever shows. Alex Cora, the Red Sox, I don't know what you're making now, but the time that they won the World Series, 2018, when I did one of my first shows, it was right after the Red Sox won. He said, D, do you realize in the ACC right now, 4 college coaches make more money than Alex Cora? 4 college coaches made more money than a World Series manager. And the kids are paying to play there. At least with the Red Sox, dudes is getting paid millions of dollars, right? Amateur sports. I mean, collegiate sports. Kids is paying where the coaches making more money than major league managers. Facts. I know families that have taken out large loans for their child to sit at a Power 5. Facts. All right. The school does not always have the best interest in mind. They have to win, and however they do it, they will do it, even if you end up not healthy afterwards. Facts. All right. Money. It's just money. It's just money. I don't blame, I hope I open up eyes, man. I'm just saying. That's all I'm trying to do. People might get pissed at me. These are just my opinions, my thoughts, okay? There are facts in some things. East Cobb, Scorpions, Team Elite. The list goes on and on. Facts. All right, facts. It's a business. Even on a high school level, it's about getting exposure. The NLL has changed the game. Facts, Kendrick. Facts. Jamal Brown on to King Richard. Howie Kendrick, thank you. Howie K. Gosh, yes, thank you. Yes, thank you, guys. All right. Forgot about my boy Howie K. Turned down millions, man. He ended up having a great career, but yeah, he could have been, whatever. As an educator, take the money. You can always go back to college. You can't make 1.7 as a college student. Facts. Carl Crawford, H-Town, stand up. No doubt. H-Town in the building. All right, Carl Crawford, my boy. Miss that dude. One of the realest dudes ever, man. What if you're a late round draft pick, as is it is best to go to school to try and improve your draft stock. No doubt about it. I'm talking about high end guys. I'm talking about turning down millions of dollars. And me personally, if you're getting $250,000, $150,000 or less, go to college. Get the bag. Go JUCO. Facts. Go JUCO. This is great. D. So much info. Love it. Speak the truth. Thanks, D. I'm taking it all in. Appreciate it, man. I ain't scaring y'all. I hope I ain't scaring y'all away. Lord. Were you referring to Howie Kendrick as the Angels national player that didn't take the deal early in his career? Yes, Maury. That's who I was talking about. Yes, Howie K. I just drew a blank on him. Shout out to Howie K. Had a great career. But early in his career, he turned down a 4 or 5 year deal, took the chance to want to go into free agency, and didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So, roll, Tide, roll. I'm always hoping Devin would consider these football offers, but he loves the game of baseball. Yeah, I mean, listen, nothing like a free ride, man. I always encourage most parents that have a football player, have them keep playing, man. But if you don't, if that's not your sport, then don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. Football is one of those, you got to be this anything you do, you got to be all in, okay? More chance to get drafted as you raise your game, Jensen? Refine your game, okay, all right? As a mother of upcoming high school freshmen, I appreciate your discussions. My eyes are open with all of this information. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. We live in a capitalistic society. Facts. Make your money. Even if you don't play sports, have a major that's going to get you paid and do it without getting loads. Facts. Get the bag in life at this point. That's it. Facts. Great perspective. We don't know what we don't know. That's a seminar. Preach, brother. Appreciate it, Bobby. Thank you, brother. All right. As a mother of a pitcher, my heart hurts for Kumar. I mean, as a mother, as a fan, as a You know, somebody like myself, I hurt. You know, I hurt for the dude. That's what I'm talking about. It. I may come off like, oh, you know, I hurt because he should be millions in dollars in the bank right now, knocking on the door to the major leagues. Okay, now it's easy for me to go back and say, oh, made a mistake here and there. I was talking this before my man was picked. You know, this year I was talking this, and I could get a mom on here to attest. I don't know if she's watching today and all of that because she's the one that called me yesterday and talked about this because we've been talking it. I was like, the dude should. I've been saying this. I said the dude should have took his money out of high school. He doesn't look the same. I was saying this all spring. All right, when Vanderbilt's number one in the whatever in the country and all of that, I was saying that he doesn't look the same. Okay, that fastball was a little, 93, 94, a lot of breaking balls. I was like, he just don't look the same. Got miles on that arm. I kept saying he got miles on that arm, and I saw the article. I saw the post. I think Tina posted it yesterday in the Black Boys group, and I think shout out to my girl Lonnie and all of that pointed that out. And I think that's what the mom saw the post over there and told me. All right. I later saw the post, but she was like, you saw what happened. I was like, no. I said, she's like, come on. Da, da, da. I said, I see. And she kind of explained it perfectly. You can't, what did I miss about Kumar? I was just saying, Jesse, just gotta be smart. All right. And don't overthink this. He got 3 years of education at Vanderbilt. That can go a long way. No doubt about it. Okay. He can go. He still got 2 years eligibility, so he can go and essentially have a degree. By the time this time next year, be degreed up. You know what I'm saying? Vanderbilt, it may work out. He making millions of dollars. Be 22 years old. Get drafted again. Make millions. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know the whole situation. More than right now that he got $6 million on the table. The Mets kind of took it back because they found some issues with the elbow, and basically between his agency, Scott Boras, and the Mets, they're kind of going back and forth. He may have to go back to school, all right? If he doesn't take the bread, I think the Mets are probably going to try to take money out of his pocket, all right? He may have to, get surgery. I don't know if it's guaranteed he needs surgery. I don't know, okay? My point is, you know what I'm saying, all right? My boy should have took that bread out of freaking high school, okay? I'm not to say he couldn't get hurt in minor league baseball. The Mets have until tomorrow to sign him, and and I don't know how old you guys are. I'm gonna go back to my draft, okay? All right, because they've been known to, just like there's loopholes, people get more money. The team has been known to take money. All right, way back in my day, college baseball wise, there was a player named R.A. Dickey. Most of you guys, if you're a baseball fan, you know who R.A. Dickey is, okay? He was in my draft, okay? R.A. Dickey came from University of Tennessee. There was a picture in Baseball America. They had Billy Couch, Chris Benson, who was the number one pick. Billy Couch was number 4 pick. R.A. Dickey and one other dude. R.A. Dickey, I don't even know if this is whatever, but the way he was standing in the picture, they were all on the U.S. Olympic team. And that's what they were talking about. They were all first-round picks. And the way R.A. Dickey was standing in the picture, something they felt like was wrong with the way his arm was hanging. They went back and all of that. I think he was supposed to sign for $900,000. They went back and found something wrong with something was done and damaged something to his arm. It was hereditary or something like that. And they took the boy down to the point where he only signed for I think $100,000 or something like that. All right, based off a freaking picture. I don't think nothing was wrong with his elbow. All right. My boys took $800,000 from him. Go back to the draft. Everything worked out for RA. All right. Because he struggled as a starter and all of that, but he found a knuckleball and found it and perfected it. And the rest is history. My boy made millions and millions of dollars off of that knuckleball. All right. I'm come out here next time with some damn chapstick and my lips are dry as hell. All right. But he made millions of dollars, but the initial point they took in the draft time, they took hundreds of thousands of dollars based off of a freaking picture. All right, that's a picture. So these teams are known to do, crazy stuff like this. All right, if I'm not mistaken, RA might have been a Boris guy. All right, at that time, he made his bread though. I'm definitely taking notes. I have a son who is a left-handed pitcher outfielder that will be a freshman. Great info, keep sharing, no doubt about it. All right, going to college, dig him name recognition. How many people would know him by first name if he'd been in the minors? Um, you make a point, right? Can I get a raise of a hand right now? All right. Matter of fact, Jason, I'm gonna ask you, all right, because I know you and your son. All right. Do you care the fact that right now my man is potentially going underneath the knife, gonna have to take less money, okay? All right. But everybody know who he is. And and 3 years earlier, he could have made 3-4 million in the bank, and whatever. But you think he feel better about himself right now because a lot of people more know about him? All right. I'm gonna go back to my Tupac, you know what I'm saying? Quote, all right, from the great Tupac Shakur, all right. You know what I'm saying? F the fame, give me the fortune. You know what I'm saying? All right, Jay Little. Who cares about the damn fame? I want the fortune. I want the bread. You know what I'm saying? Those are the words from the great Tupac Shakur. Okay? I'm just saying. His name recognition is great, and everybody knows who he is, and that's why we talking about him right now, all right? But give me the no-name first rounder that get 3-4 million, all right? I go in 4 or 5 years right now and be in the major leagues. They're gonna know who I am anyway. You know what I'm saying? I could care about know who I am. And I'm hurt right now, like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't getting on you, Jay Little, but I understand what you're saying. But like, give me the bread. I'll take the fame later. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, the best happened to them. Okay, thanks, Lawrence. My son says they make you an offer you can't refuse. Don't refuse it. College would be there. Facts. All right, facts. All right. Recognize my name, my bank account by my name. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Excuse me. I'm sorry. People know my name. You know what I mean? Incognito or millionaires out here that could care less about know who they are. Matter of fact, they rather keep it that way. And I hate the fact that they sit there and I started this when the whole, when I was coming around, getting back to my day, right? Back in my day, right? That's when the internet first started popping off. I used to get offended when I think a girl really liked me, right? And then come to find out, she's like, I looked you up. And again, this is late 90s when laptops was just getting, out on the scene and all of that. This is mid to late 90s. And I had no idea that they were publicizing what guys was getting publicizing. And I even, in my naive way, I didn't even think girls was looking to see how much, whatever, right? They all on the internet, click. And now it's, all over the place. But back then, what I'm saying, like, I wasn't on a lot. I had a laptop that I never opened, that was back in the day when the AOL was like, you know what I'm saying? And it took you 20 minutes to log on, right? Them days, right? All right. People be out there looking, girls and all that, know what you made and all of that. I used to get so offended by that. I used to be like, why are they publicizing this? Why they got my damn numbers and what I'm making and all that on the paper? What is going on? All right. It is what it is. Now it's common, right? Everybody could look it up. Google, what is so-and-so making? All right. Back in them days, I hated that shit. I just felt I felt so offended. All right. Especially think that the girl really liked me for me. Facts, 100 cents. Be a rich ghost. Facts, Mark. Right? I ain't get on you, Jay Little. I'm just saying, man. More people like him. Nah, give me the bread. I don't give you the money in silence. Don't need the fame. Facts, right? As a parent of the lefty that is headed to the SEC, this entire situation is eye-opening. I also think you have to take care of your body and be aware when you are hurt or having issues. That is true. All right, but being a warrior, you competitive. You know something ain't right, but you're gonna play through it. You want to help the team. You want to hurt yourself. Help yourself. And ultimately, that's what I'm saying. Like Vanderbilt everybody benefits, but Kumar from this. Vanderbilt gets a little bit more famous, gets a national championship because he helps them win it, even though they lost this year, but he helped them win it 2 years ago, right? The Mets and, going to keep their little bread, right? So they benefit a little bit more than they have to. Everybody benefits but the young player. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Shit. What up, boss? I'm on opportunity or regret. Go get that bread and life lessons. I'm on opportunity or regret. All right? I know it's one of my partners. I already know. All right? You're all right. But his talent is not going anywhere. I'm just thinking of his advertising dollars outside of baseball contract. I mean, it's cool. But if he, I'm not wishing. I hope he comes back. Tommy John, a lot of people do come back. Most people do nowadays, okay? But I'm from old school. You know, Jay Little. It's just like everybody out here. You ain't never the same. I don't care. Even I know technology done came a whole long way, all right? But I done heard many surgeons and all of that when it was contemplating to do with me and holding there, right? They just say, listen. And I'm like, doc, am I going to make 100% return? Back, whatever. He's like, listen, I can't promise you that because anytime we open you up, all right, this is doctors saying this. Anytime we don't know, you're getting opened up. Your body is not used to getting opened up and sliced on. It's not normal thing. You know what I'm saying? So you just don't know. And when I'm saying that with Kumar, you just don't know. On the mental state of athletes today, I hope and pray that Kumar will be able to recover. Great kid, he will have the story to tell. No doubt. I hope he recovers too. At least he didn't quit on his team. Hey, Jansen, don't get on my girl over there. That's a whole nother subject. I talked about mental some. I may talk about that a little bit next week because I hear this with Naomi Osaka, Simone Biles. You know what I'm saying? That mental health thing is real. It is so real. And, I've talked about this 2 years ago on this thing of mental health. All right. I may go back at it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are praising Simone Biles. A lot of people are hating on her. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Osaka when she came out a few months ago and all of that. It is real. Okay. It is real. Because people think because you're rich and you're making money and, you're supposed to be this warrior mentality and all that type of stuff. And you're not supposed to, essentially say that, hey, mentally right now, I'm not hacking it. I can't do it right now, right? And you come off as weak. I just had this conversation. Oh, my God, I just had this conversation. I can't remember. I'm going to go on to this whole thing, man. Yeah, I just saw that. Now I did see that Naomi thing too, Lawrence. It was good, man, the other day. I watched it the other day too. All right. But man, it's a lot to cover, man. I talked my butt off today, man. I appreciate you guys listening in. I hope you got some great information today. I mean, I don't want to I hope you guys don't understand. Like I hopefully I meet Kumar's family one day here and there, and it's all love. I wish the best for the young brother. I'm not hating on him. I'm not hating on the family. It may sound like I am, but my point is, for the next family, okay? For the next family, even though you feel like you get slighted, okay? Put a nice little team around you. Be smart. But if they're giving you, a nice, good check, be smart, man. But, collect that bread. Collect that bread. Go in his mind, go to his professional rankings, and just give yourself every opportunity because it's hard as hell to make it. You know what I'm saying? And I understand, education and all of that. It's hard to make it. It's even harder to stay. You know what I'm saying? So I was one that didn't take advantage of going back to school. I'm not saying, I'm all for an advocate of education. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? But I have a sister who's degreed up. You know what I'm saying? Been out of work for a while. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, like my girl Tina said, just because you got degrees and shit, don't, 80% of people get degrees that don't even their job don't even have nothing to do with their degree. I think it's a number like 80% or something like that. I could be wrong, but I think it's a high number. Okay. So, just be smart. Just be smart, man. Just be smart. Andrew, great stuff today, D. Thanks. No doubt, Andrew. Appreciate you, brother. All right. Please go back and revisit it. Everyone will have an opinion, but if your child goes through it, you will understand. Facts. Okay? Facts. All right. Thanks, Jansen. All right. Let me see here. Missing one. All right. D. Rob said, thanks so much for information, D. Get the respect. All right. Get your peers respect and collect the check. All right. Somebody make a t-shirt for me out there. All right. Come on, make a t-shirt with me with that. You know what I'm saying? And let's go. Let's share this on here. All right. Just remember, all right, when your kids are playing out there, all you care, because everybody want to think it's all about Twitter and it's all about this and that. All you care about is your peers' respect and collecting checks. F everything else. All right. Facts, man. Shit, out here. All right. Not to mention that they said they couldn't judge her off her abilities, but off her inabilities of the others. And not to mention that the molestation by a person with the USA who not only allowed it but also covered it up, and you get people hating. Facts. That's a subject. We gonna definitely hit that up, man. People, so freaking people, man. All right. CTC. Thanks, Jamie. All right. Somebody make this T-shirt with me, man. Let's make this happen. All right. We hear the passion in your voice, Coach. Could cut that check. All right. I'm sorry. I go back to them playing days, man. Listen, man. All right. I'm hoping you guys, man, parents, and get your kids to understand. Sometimes I'm not like every professional, player. I understand that, but I'm just saying how some of them think. That's all. Most, okay. And you got Tina, you got a bunch of parents on there that have kids that are signing and professional rankings and all of that type of stuff. They're getting their fair share of how to go about this business, man. You gotta love what you do. One, all right. But go ahead, man. It's big out here. Get your bread. All right. In the words of my man Warren Sapp, cut the check. Facts. All right. No doubt. Tomorrow, all right, 4 p.m. I will be on. All right. We will talk. Maybe hit this topic on the mental health side, man. Maybe we'll hit that up, man. All right. I got a personal story I like to share, like I always do. But man, that's big, right? Because I don't like people shooting down a young lady that has nothing to do. I think I just think she's fatigued. She is mentally fatigued of just being that girl, that itch. She's the talk of the Olympics, and she probably just like, yo, shush. All right. Anyway, people shooting her down for that. All right. Let's talk about this mental health side tomorrow. All right. Peace and love, y'all. Have a great day.